Hello Rivalers, I hope you're doing well. I've not been able to do this video because I've been working on stuff for Gamescom. I work for a company that tracks analytics, video game analytics, including Marvel Rivals, which performed really well out of opening night live. Maybe I'll reveal that particular data at some stage. But yes, we're going to be talking about the Q&A Discord live stream. And there's a link in the description to the actual video itself, but I watched the 1 hour 20 minutes of it, and hopefully this video is going to be a condensed look summary of the answers given because they're really important. If you want to find out more about a buff to Hulk, if you want to find out about maybe a team up ability nerf, then stay tuned because we're going to be going over it. There will be a write-up which will be on the community tab. I will do that, but I am a bit busy with stuff. I'm going to try and throw it out there for you lovely people. Support the video, by the way, hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and put notifications on so you can be well informed with things, all Marvel Rivals, as we cover that on the channel. But in any case, let's get into the video and quickly point out the fact that there is a QR code which is right about here. It's not a very spicy one, it's just for something on Discord. That's it. If you are interested in anything, that's what, yeah, there's nothing there. I would have loved to have an exclusive skin, but maybe that's something of a good idea for the future when they do these particular, we're at Gamescom events or other things like that. Either way, it is what it is. A really interesting live stream. There were a lot of technical difficulties with it. So let's get cracking with some of the info. Of course, we went over the swag to begin with, which they're showing right there, like, oh, there's like Galactors. There's no visual things I can show you, so you're just going to have to listen out for stuff as we go. So first of all, MCU skins were asked in this one. Yes, I think we've already established there's going to be MCU skins, and they just said that it's basically confirmed. Also, the question, is the game free? Yes, it is free. The game is free. There was a great question, how will the developer keep the game fresh over a length of time? Like, how will the developer do that? You know, will it be new modes, new features? And they said that's going to be it. It's not just about new characters. They will look to put in new features, new modes, and other things like that to spice things up a bit. There was also, somebody asked the question, does size matter? I don't know if they were doing a joke, but I think that, you know, the answer was like, oh, you know, big hero, big villain, still same size than the game, blah, whatever. It was, I think it was just a silly question, a flippant remark. Deadpool, neither confirm neither can deny Deadpool coming into the game. Open beta, there are no plans to do an open beta between Gamescom and the launch. I don't think that's going to be a case. I have the feeling they've got to put something out because it's not, you can't just do that. You can't just throw it out there and go, hey, here you go, here's the game. There's got to be testing something out. A roadmap. A roadmap will be coming at some point, so hopefully we can get an idea of where they're playing with the game, the competitive side of things, PVE, character cadence, seasons, story structure, the works. That's what I want to find out more about, but there's a lot to plan in. Question was asked about Winter Soldier, his design concept, and there's the emphasis with this character on bionic arm being the combos based on the fight style, not about the gun. They didn't want to give him an automatic rifle similar to Punisher because they didn't want to make him like Punisher. Now, I haven't had my chance to play Winter Soldier yet. On the first instance, it looked like Punisher, but I haven't played it. Until I get to play him, I'll obviously get given an idea of it. But the way that he's got the two-shot gun, I think it's more emphasis on the bionic arm as being what you do with how you fight around the character. Focus on that as opposed to shooting with a rifle or a gun, which is kind of a bit weird, but I guess that's how they want to do Winter Soldier. There was also mention about Battle Pass. Details of that will be before launch and will be similar to what we've seen in the closed beta test, but there will be surprises along the way. There's also no plans to have, well, there may be a soft launch, there may not be. There was given no emphasis of plans. Now, people talked about, or the question was about server stress. With other games like Helldivers 2, I think, didn't Diablo 4 have, no, maybe, there were games out there that had a really bad start due to player volume, and I don't know, I feel that maybe having access to an early access possibly would be good, but then it's all about spending money. Would people want to spend money for an exclusive? Well, we've seen it before, haven't we? Like early access slash founders pack type thing, where you're able to have early access by paying a certain amount. I feel they may go down that route to recoup the amount of money, because people need to understand and bear in mind they're putting up a lot of money in Marvel Rivals, so they want to recoup that back. I've got no problem with it. The game looks good so far, and if that's where they're making the money, an early access or a kind of a founders pack type thing to give you early access a week before or a couple of days or a few days before, similar to what they do with World of Warcraft, War Within expansion, similar to, I think, did they do it for Diablo 4? I'm pretty certain they've done it for a lot of games, and if it only gives skins, then that's not too bad. I know a lot of people will be frustrated if they went down that particular route. Esports and competition, the team is still working on this at the moment. Patches and balances, the planning is still on the cadence of the roadmap, so they will give us an idea of when they plan to do regular balances and checks and stuff like that. So look out for those announcements in the future. Seasons, they were very kind of sketchy on it. Danny gave a bit of a kind of a flippant remark about, oh, well, we'll just do 100 seasons per year or something like that. And it seemed a bit ridiculous. But of course, I think a lot of people want to know, like, how many seasons per year? Is it 6, 2 per, one per month, one every 2 months, or, is it one per month? What is it? We want to find out a bit more about that. There's also information about hero difficulty stars, how it's done. It's based off of skill sets that require less thinking, adapting. They talked about, like, going to give an example, like Jeff and Punisher are very low ceilings of skill, with others having more of a high skill for Spider-Man, because his place on the battlefield is to be very much hit, and then it's fly away, or it's to be stealthy, or is it to come around the back and destroy healers and support, so you can then maximize your offensive to push with your tanks and duelists. So everything has a place, but also at the same time, that's where the kind of cadence of structure comes into it. Interesting on Hulk. Hulk will be having a buff. It's coming to be improving his damage and increasing numbers, which they said in the live stream. Magneto and Scarlet Witch's team up ability is too OP, and that is not going to change. No, it might change. And Sound Alert isn't there as well, so there's going to be that's going to be like dealt with. So nerf to the ability, the team up ability, because apparently it's too OP, according to the combat team person there, the leader of combat fighting. But I'm losing my way with what he's called. But anyway, that's going to be looked at and seen to, and as well one-shot combos. There was a bit of talk about one-shot combos, Venom and Spider-Man's team-up ability being a bit too OP, and this is something that they're monitoring. The team are monitoring a lot of things in-game at the moment, and in particular that, and a few other characters as well. Thought that was quite a good idea of... They are dealing with stuff, and yes, there's going to be stuff in-game that are OP at the moment. Crowd control was discussed about slows, stuns, and sleeps. How they structure what is fair and unfair of you being in a stun, you being asleep, and how that limits down your ability to get back into the fight, because you could be down, you could be knocked out. This could be good strategy, it could be very punishing strategy. And there was a really interesting answer, which is Hulk and Penny Parker have hard crowd control, standard operating procedures of how to calculate it so it's fair are part and parcel with NetEase. Crowd control time plus character design and how it fits into character test in QA, and they see if the crowd control is reasonable time. If it's too OP, numbers will be tweaked. This is what they do with their particular approach. Skin cadence. Heroes are free, skins are for sale, sprays, and nothing more was answered. The roadmap will give us an idea of what the kind of monetization is going to extend in time. More servers. Regional expanding is coming, and the team are looking into it at the moment. Galactic Wakanda, secret map or secret mode, that is something, again, we'll find out about, but it was a few hints about that being a thing. Optimization is still a working element to the game. They're still trying to optimize it for a lot of devices. There's one other, I think, operating system or something mentioned in a minute, which we'll talk about. Giant characters possible, but not right now to discuss. So maybe in the future we'll see... giants like King Groot, No, I can agree. But you know what I mean? Sentinels. That I'd love to see Sentinels in the game, but I don't know how that would work. And as well, how would they make it work? Would it make more sense to have Nimrod or a Mega Sentinel or those particular characters instead? PVE, no plans for currently for but the team are looking into it. Team are testing something PVE orientated, so maybe we'll find out about that down the line. Team abilities running both ways with boosts. The question was asked about an example if Magneto gets something from Scarlet Witch, well, why doesn't Scarlet Witch benefit from something as well? There was a really scary remark when I think Danny said, first of all they said don't want team ups to make the gameplay harder, so you have to kind of like think about more about how to interact with it. If you get absolutely destroyed by a team up ability, then it's going to be unfair and it's not going to make it too fun. But they're going to be made simple just so you can kind of interact with them. But they may be complicated in future years because, of course, they want to expand on the game, go in different directions. In the future, then they might change the structure. And Danny said the team-ups may come and they may go. So that's a bit scary, I would say, in any case. Punishment system, report system in place to punish toxic players and has a real person system dealing with this. The favourite character of the devs team is everybody. Go figure, that was probably what we were going to expect actually. 25 heroes at launch, any more coming? Yes, apparently more are coming. You have to watch and read and listen and keep locked to the channel. We've covered some of the leaks. Fantastic Four, Ultron, Black Widow, they're all within the system. So we expect them to come down the line. They also talked about a cap design concept. Needs to be an in and out of fights reflecting and shielding, so a tank with a bit more difference in the way that he kind of operates. He's just seems to be a bit more proactive and pushing through lines, which is something that I kind of said about in my video. There was also asked about a Storm buff. Hero needs a synergy, lightning passives, wind passives, gives team improvements and amplifies it. Her ultimate is great and the team seems to be happy she is having no changes. So if someone's asked for a buff, she's not going to be changed at this moment in time. We've seen the QR code, future hero announcements, check website and comms. Regional launch parties might be a thing depending on the success of the game. Somebody asked us about optimization earlier. Proton support, not at the moment, but they'll let you know what's going on. And the final thing that I thought this was really good is hit recognition, kill recognition, general fight experience, sound effects and effects in any case. The feedback is some players experience this differently to others, like getting that visceral experience of like a hit marker or hitting with an attack. It's sometimes not great for other players, or other players are complaining about it. I don't see a huge problem with it, but I definitely know that I'd like to have it a bit more beefier. So I know when I've got a kill, I know when I've got a hit, and also when I'm down and dead, that it's not like, oh, am I dead? I don't know. It's kind of like a delayed reaction type thing. Like there's no animation there. It's not as dramatic in your death, and a few other things like that. And that's really it. They need to have a look at the animations and motion, and that's something that they do plan to do at a later date. But it's not a quick thing that they can do. It could take months, it could take a year, and it just depends on, again, the extent of the team size that they've created for this and what they'll do down the line. So that's really it. That's the Q&A Discord live stream that has been, well, we've summarized it in under 15 minutes. I've saved you an hour of your time to give you a 15-minute clarification. Make sure to check out the community tab because I will be doing the write-up for this, and you can hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button. Go and check out Metavox in the link in the description. Also, we've got a really exciting Easter eggs deep dive of the trailer, and hopefully a Winter Soldier video and some shorts, and also maybe a test of something. I want to try something out with a controller, which could be quite good. Anyway, that's been it for the video. Thanks very much for supporting. What feature, what thing did you get an answer of that you thought that was actually pretty cool? Thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers and goodbye.